If you are enjoying the story so far and need more Dungeons and Dragons in your life, I invite you to check out another group called the Long Past Podcast. They are working their way through heroism and tragedy in the events of the Chragan War. Their name and link are in the description below.
Day 63. Stubborn fool! I should have retreated after so many injuries. I'm too stubborn to quit any fight I enter. Though it would have kept my foot intact. Now it just flops at the end of my leg. If I could get a log, I would carve a peg leg to replace it. Oh, how I long to revisit the totem pole once more. If we were within reach. With no wood ready on hand, Dell gave me a suitable crutch. A giant spider Thía nearly killed. I choose to call it Crutches, because it has more than one foot. That was a good joke. With our newest recruit, it is time that Varin, Dell, Thía, Crutches, and I get back to the main quest. This desert is far and wide. It's coarse, rough, and it gets everywhere. We need to get moving, so I can get back to my woods, my village, my home.
Now let's get into it. Welcome back to the Land of the Hunter. It is the 64th day since encountering the hobgoblins. The land here is primarily stone and sand, with plateaus, chasms, petrified trees, occasional caves, and deadly heat and liquefied materials exuded through the crust of the earth. As we wake up on this regular temperature day, Adran, please give me an intelligence saving throw. Okay, well, that's one failure. Let's see here. Alright, so you're going to take a level of exhaustion as your mind is racked with the nightmares spurred by the horrible name they have locked in your mind. So that occurs for you. Thía, please roll 1d100. Yes, the nightmares indeed. Alright, thank you for that. And I'm going to roll a d6. 3. We wake up to find that Crutches, Adran's claimed giant spider mount, has about half of one of the mules wrapped up in silk webbing. Anyone care to stop it?
As in, like, oh wait, yeah. I guess
Bad crutches, bad crutches. Drop him now.
Thía, is there anything you want to do?
Thía draws an arrow and she's like just about to shoot it, and then she kind of like stops and freezes and tries to hide it behind her back.
Adran, please give me an animal handling check at disadvantage thanks to the... Thía! He shouts. Animal handling check at disadvantage thanks to the level of exhaustion. Alright, and let's see how you do against the spider's will. Okay. It shrinks back at your authoritative shout, not apparently not noticing that Thía was about to do cold blood murder again. And Varin and I assume Del start working on disentangling the mule in its slightly poisoned state from the web that it was being wrapped up in. Well done, sir. All right. So, to keep in mind, yes, you do have a giant spider as a mount. It is a predator. So, if we don't take some means of restraining it, it's likely that it might decide to start eating someone in the party every time it has the chance. Just to keep in mind.
So we hobble them separately, like 50 apart.
Does Del want to do anything about Adran's apparently exhausted state? Because I imagine Adran, starts to scold Thía at the same time he tries to stop the crutches from eating the mules, and he kind of like stumbles about, bonking his head. He's quite out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could kind of like inspect him and try and like just kind of assess him and see if this appears to be a magical effect or just kind of a something along the lines of a bad, unpleasant night of sleep.
Del, please give me a medicine check.
Standard?
Yes, unless you have an inspiration point.
No.
All right. And remember, other characters can give inspiration points to others. He doesn't seem to need it, however.
I was about to say that.
It is not a natural problem that the agent is dealing with. You can give me an Arcana check with advantage. As Del.
Working on it.
Okay.
Can I ask Adran if he knows much about this or not, or his situation or not?
Del can definitely ask. It doesn't seem very clear about anything that's going on.
Arcana knowledge, I believe.
Yeah, you can go ahead and ask Adran.
I was trying to see if he could aid in the Arcana check or something.
Well, the thing is, you already had advantage thanks to your medicine check. Yeah, there's no way to get additional advantage. But he will tell you that he's having horrible nightmares.
So I don't fully understand as to whether this appears to be a magical effect or not.
You're not sure if there's anything magical going on, based on your Arcana check.
Okay.
If Adran wants to share the nature of his nightmares, he's welcome to. Pardon me. Adran says, "The name, I don't understand." Who are you? Adran, are you speaking to Del about the name that you have learned but don't know how to speak?
You know what?
Speaking to himself. What is your question there?
Would Del's knowledge of medicine and magic give him any idea as to whether dispel magic or remove curse might be more appropriate in terms of trying to remove a curse from Adran, or
with your medicine check, that's meant more for diagnosing physical illnesses. Adran, hold on 1 second there, Del. Adran, you said that you were speaking to yourself about the name and who are you. Del would have been filled in over the course of these last 10 days of the name that Adran has been trying to learn, that was written down or copied from a series of carvings in a chamber that we found in a very strange ruins. So it's safe to say that there is.
I'm sorry. Was that the same place where we were attacked by those like giant, like Dementor type creatures?
Undead wrapped in swaths of linen, dirty linen.
Yes.
Almost like mummies.
Yeah.
That is the same place. That is the same chamber that you wrote down the information on the Heartstone artifact, how to use it, the name that was written down in that same chamber. So for Del, this does not sound like a curse, and it doesn't sound like it's a spell either. How do I best put it? It's more like the simple knowledge of the name is causing physical pain to Adran's mind. Almost as though the name itself, it's almost like if you pick up a bramble and you get yourself stuck with the thorns, you're not cursed. A spell's not cast on you. You've simply picked up something that's not friendly to you. And in a sense, that's what's happened to Adran. He has learned a name that by its very existence is something that is antagonistic. Yes, every rose has its thorns. Apparently this is a name with metaphorical thorns, and its barbs are stuck deep into his mind.
How long has it been since he kind of... Okay, I'm going to try to avoid the metagaming estimate question, but I'm basically going to cast a cantrip of resistance on him and see if that aids in his attempts to resist this.
Before you do that, I would say that in order to do that, you would have to do it when before the saving throw occurs. Does that make sense?
It says it can roll the die before or after making the saving throw.
Oh, I can.
So I don't know if it's a relevant time, but it's just a cantrip, so I'm basically going to cast it on him either way. Can't hurt.
Adran, go ahead and roll me 1d4. Add that to your intelligence save, which was a result of 6, so then now your total is 8. Nope, it is not sufficient. You still feel the racking pain. Now, Del, if you have the Greater Restoration spell, I believe that's the one that it takes, I believe that will allow you to remove a level of exhaustion.
Oh, is he suffering from a level of exhaustion? What's that?
Yes.
Don't think I do, but I can look into that next time.
Okay. All right, so it is 4 in the morning. The Crutches, the spider, has been properly chastised and scolded to a corner of the cave. We have roughly 4 hours maintaining our position in the area of non-detection that Varin cast. We do have a couple of magic items. Does anyone want to... so we have 4 hours. Does anyone want to work on crafting items like spell scrolls or potions, or spend an hour meditating on these magic items?
Yeah, I believe Del was going to ask Varin to work with him, and they'll each take one for, I think it was an hour each, or 2 hours.
Fair enough. Okay. Adran, what spells? You were previously working on a spell scroll, I believe. A spell scroll of shield, is that correct? Excellent. In that case, if you'd like to spend the next 4 hours working on it, then you will have completed 6 hours out of the necessary 8. Tick-tock. Alright. Thía, what does Thía want to work on? She can carve some arrows. She can work on brewing some potions from the ingredients taken from the Chimera. She can work on Alchemist's Fire, Potion of Fire Breathing, or Potion of Fire Resistance.
Can she collect any wood from the dead bodies that we killed last time?
Wood?
For
What
arrows?
Wood? What wood?
I don't know. I don't know what they had on them. That's why I was asking if she could collect wood.
No one had wood.
Okay.
Or at the very least, no one had wood that would be
right, suitable.
suitably carvable, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
She does have wood on her person.
How many arrows did Varin need?
For normal arrows?
Yes.
Let me check. Varin currently has 18 regular arrows. And oops, wrong page. And 11. So that's gonna be. Let's change that to. Let's put the right number in there. There we go. So Varin has 3 empty quivers, 1 quiver with 9 final shots in it, and 1 full quiver. Does that make sense? So basically, Varin has a total of 29 arrows, and he's missing 60.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to quite fill all of that. I don't know if Adran has any he'd be willing to share, but I could probably carve up another...
Adrian's currently sitting and working on a spell scroll and muttering about how he would love to have a foot back.
Yeah. I could probably carve up another 25.
In 4 hours, that would be 50 if you want to work. If you want to spend all 4 hours working on arrows.
I was going to try and take some time to work on a potion. How long would it take to just do a potion of, say, Alchemist Fire or something?
It's going to take a total of 16 plus 20 hours.
Oh, well, never mind.
Adrian's next comment is, I need all the arrows I got, since I don't have a foot. He seems rather bitter about the fact that his foot is numb.
Okay,
Ouch.
I remember I had enough to make roughly 100 arrows. I'm just trying to figure out what I had that I could carve up real quick.
And I'm pulling something up real quick. Give me 1 second there, Thía.
Oh, I got 3 branches. There we go. Sorry, what?
I'm looking something up real quick. So I stand corrected.
That's branch of tons.
So Thía has already worked on 8 hours on 1 potion, specifically on the Alchemist's Fire. And I miscounted the hours, I think. So she has worked 8 hours. She has 42 remaining. So if she wants to spend another 4 hours working on it.
42?
Hang on, I'm double checking.
Did I hear that right?
I'm checking. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, that makes no sense. I would have, ouch. Give me 1 second, I'm trying to figure this out. It's an old calculator. Yes, I think this is definitely an incorrect calculator. I'd have to fix that later. Okay, so she's worked 8 hours out of the necessary 40. Wait,
I thought you said it was like 20-something earlier.
20. Sorry. Like I said, bad calculator. Have to fix it later. So 8 out of 20.
At least 12.
So she has 12 hours.
Okay. So if I can, I'll probably spend 1 hour making 25 arrows and then spend 3 hours working on the potion.
2 hours to make 25 arrows.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll spend 2 hours on 25 arrows and
there you go.
2 hours on the potion.
All right. In that case, which item does Dell want to focus on? The black rod or the iron ring? Tick-tock, dearie.
I'll take the black rod.
Okay. So in 1 hour, Dell spends the entire time focusing on this black rod, meditating. The entire purpose of this rod may once have been to blast enemies to ice, or bridge chasms with sheets of ice. Now, however, it only feels cold to hold. Fantastic for making any drink cold, though. While anyone holds this black rod, this cold black rod, the rod itself will chill to a temperature of ice. And then you can just hold it in a drink and make whatever drink it is, ice cold.
Okay. So it's basically an ice cube.
Yep. A magic ice cube.
That's all it does?
Unless you can find a way to charge it, make it... I'm not going to sing the line. I'm going to say, the cold never bothered Adran. Anyway. Unless you can find a way to boost its power, or find ways to utilize it, who knows what you can do with it. As for the iron ring, this ring is infused with illusion magic to entrap the mind of the person wearing it while sleeping. It is, however, a weak weaving, either from its fabrication or its age, and except for nightmares, leaves the sleeper undisturbed.
So I guess we'll just give that to Adran. Yeah, that's tomorrow night. Tonight.
Ooh. Alright, so 2 hours have passed. Thía has made 25 arrows. Adran has worked 2 hours on his spell scroll. Anything else?
I was gonna give...
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out just what I have in my inventory for arrows. I believe I have 38 of 40. So I'll give 20. I'll give 20 to Varin and tell him to use them sparingly because I don't have an infinite amount.
Varin looks at you blankly and says, I don't understand what you mean by sparingly.
You can learn what using them sparingly means, or you can make your own arrows in the future. Which is it?
You said 20 arrows, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Much appreciated. When there's bad guys, and lots of them, I'm going to empty my quiver as much as quickly as possible. It's what puts them down quickest. And then Varin will spend the final 2 hours working on his spell scroll of Hunter's Mark. So Varin now has 1 spell scroll of Hunter's Mark, first level. Yeah, volley, says Adran, and Varin just is like, I'm not using volley right now, there's no targets. What was that, Thía?
After she carves the arrows and starts working on her potions, she starts looking thoughtfully at Varin's quiver, considering if she might be better off just taking some of those back or not.
Alright, the 4 hours from our waking to our travel time are up. Unless anyone has anything specific to do, we can start traveling. Yawn. So Adran has finished an additional 4 hours for his spell scroll of shield. Varin has 1 spell scroll of Hunter's Mark first level. I'm going to quickly add that to my character sheet so I don't forget. 1, not 11.
Wait,
What's up?
I'm just trying to do math on something real quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak out loud.
No worries. Alright, I assume no one has anything else to do?
Nope.
Alright, Adran? I assume you're going to put your armor on. Crutches! Get away from the mules! Now, Adran, come hither. I assume you're going to wear your armor. Is this fair? Okay. The saddle on this spider is a little different. For one thing, you can bind yourself to it in case the spider needs to walk upside down for any reason. And the reins are a little bit more complicated than normal, than they would be for, say, a horse. Because it was originally designed for a creature that has 4 arms. You can... And this creature was not... this creature is not trained to carry a creature and be guided by knees, like a horse can be. So if you want to ride it, you basically need to have at least one hand free. You can drop reins, make an attack, or series of attacks in your case, pick up reins, and move with the mount. Does that make sense? Okay. Basically, you can have your longbow out, or you can have your sword out, but you cannot have your sword and shield out while riding. Alright. Where is my mouse? Cool. So I imagine Adran gets his armor on and has to, okay, so you're going to lay your bow across the saddle so you have it out and ready. He has to have help to get on the giant spider. It's a very awkward mounting process because it's a spider, not a horse. Hop, hop, hop. Alright, where are my notes? Here they are. Okay. Varin is going to do a navigational check. Survival. That should have been at advantage because the sun is visible. So let me roll it one more time. Well, that's a good thing I had advantage. Okay. So instead of a nat 1, I get a 17. Either would have been successful.
Oh, wait. Oh, they would have both been successful?
Yes, because skill checks are not as relegated per se by the nat 1s. You can still beat a DC even with a nat 1. With ability checks. That's not the same for attack rolls.
I was just about to cast guidance on him, but never mind.
Fair. Adran, how do you want us to proceed in our marching order? I assume Varin out in front, being on alert. Is that a fair assessment? Okay. And I imagine Thía and Del in the bone cart? Or Thía walking? In the bone cart, which is spelled with a C, not a K.
It's an old-fashioned one. Spelled differently back then.
Spelled with an I, not a Y. Smart aleck, me? Nonsense. And will you be traveling side by side with... Are you sorry? Are you traveling side by side with the bone cart and the mules, or behind them? The mules look decidedly nervous about being with a spider that tried to eat, that is of a size to eat them. Oh, as I briefly lose my voice. Fair enough.
Real quick,
Yes, sir.
is there... Could Dell take like a quick minute before we leave to scavenge for broken arrows?
Can Dell... Thea used a couple, and Adran used a couple.
Maybe just roll a D8 or something?
I believe I'm gonna say no. Well, actually, roll me a D6. I don't remember exactly how many arrows were shot between the two of you. You find one broken arrow.
That's disappointing, okay, but Dell will mend it and hand it over to Varin.
Oh, thank you. That's why I asked for the roll instead of making the choice. Alright, so...
So I used the mending cantrip.
Yes. Good choice. Yes, I would say that you probably found the one that Adran did not find the night previous. Okay, let's get that down. Okie dokie. Get this open. It is, if I can get my correct information up here. Here we go. From 6 o'clock on, it is a 90-degree day, so it's normal temperatures for this region of the desert. There's a light wind blowing out of the northwest to the southeast. No rainfall or ashfall or, well, snow? Nope. It's a clear, open sky. Excuse me. Varin is going to set out at a normal pace to start with, unless you have a difference of opinion there, Adran. Okay. We travel for 3 miles, which takes only an hour. And Varin holds up a hand, moves it out of the way, and you all see an enormous sign made out of bones, exquisitely, if hurriedly carved, driven into the stone beside a foot-shaped crater. In the center of the crater is the flattened corpse of a goblin. The sign reads, "Short tempers bring short lives," in Goblin. Adran has a thought. Are you referring to the sign? Well, something got smashed. Adran, would you like to give me an investigation check? Varin is going to search the area. See if you can pick up tracks. Wow, nice roll. Thea, did you also want to scout the area for tracks?
Yes. What do I roll?
Alright. Give me a survival check. If you want to spend your inspiration point, then you do it with advantage.
I'll just stand it for now.
Okay, and here goes Varin's roll. Okay, so Thea and Varin both pick up tracks. The tracks that we pick up lead to the south, the west by southwest. So partially southwest, but more west than southwest. Varin is able to share. Oh, that's actually a good question. Did Del cast anything on Adran, to remove level of exhaustion.
I don't have anything to remove it that I know of. I'll double
Let
check.
me
I don't have that option.
Uh,
That's right. I added a note that I'll prepare a spell of greater restoration later at our next long rest. But
I believe
for the
you have
moment,
a spell. I believe you have at least one spell scroll. Maybe. Check your bio page.
I'm looking.
Yes, that's why I'm asking. Yes, you do have one scroll of greater restoration remaining.
How many
It's in
levels
your treasure.
of exhaustion does he have, and what's the effect?
He has one level of exhaustion, and it causes disadvantage on ability checks.
I don't.
And Del is of a high enough level that he can use it on Adran and not have to make any ability check to successfully read it.
I don't see a spell of greater restoration in my bio.
Scroll all the way to the bottom in your in the box labeled treasure.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
That's why I looked too.
Give me just a second. I was gonna double check something else real quick.
Okay.
I forgot.
Then I will hold on any information that you may or may not have learned, Adran. So Thía, you find tracks that lead from the east to the west by southwest. Varin finds the same tracks, and after studying them for a moment, he says, 12 small creatures, 8 medium creatures, and 3 huge creatures came through here 3 hours ago. So this would be at 6 a.m. that they've moved through this area. No, I wouldn't be able to pick up the prints of a partridge. They fly. Varin pauses for a moment. Oh, ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Says Adran. So, Del, do you have any decision to make about the spell scroll? It is relevant.
Shoot, I guess I'll use it.
Okay. In that case, Adran, you're able to ascertain not only that the crater that the body is in was caused by the same cause of death as the goblin suffered, i.e., a really big foot that drove a few inches into the stone. The sign was planted after the goblin was smashed. You also find a peculiar little stone surrounded by a bit of dust, a diamond. A very little diamond in the rough. Ooh. And so you can also give me one more if you wish, you can give me one more investigation check. I was wondering if anyone picked that up.
Real quick, is it dawn?
It is currently 9 a.m.
So yes.
That's why I said 3 hours ago these creatures moved through here, which would have been at 6 a.m.
Right. I mean, but it is dawn though. The sun's up because I never got a chance to add spell casting slots to my staffs. Basically, I just want to double check.
Oh, you're totally right. Please roll me the correct. What is it for Staff of Healing?
Yeah.
D6 plus 4. So, okay, you're on top of it. Adran, a roll of 11. Unfortunately, the trail is a little too messy. You're not quite able to ascertain whether or not what speed anyone was traveling at. We simply know that creatures moved through this area 3 hours ago. Make sense? Okay. Varin will point out, I don't see the prints of any of my favored enemies in this mix. But if they're only 3 hours ahead, it could be... They could, depending on how fast they were going, they could be 9 miles ahead or a little bit more, a little bit less. We could catch them up and see if they've got any other diamonds.
Diamonds?
Yes, I did mention that Adran... Oh, yeah, Adran found a diamond, but he has not mentioned it to anyone else. He just went, ooh. Adran, what are your thoughts? Do we want to try and catch up to them? They're 3 hours ahead of us. He's thinking hard. Let's go diamond hunting. Alright. Varin is going to set the pace at fast speed, so we can try and catch up a little bit. So traveling at fast speed means that we're going to travel at 4 miles per hour instead of 3. So that means in about 3/4 of an hour, they should be within. They should just be coming within 6 miles of us, if they're traveling at medium speed. Adran, did you want to attempt one more investigation check? Alright, go ahead and roll it. A nat 20. Just a few steps over from where you were examining the trail, you do pick out a very clear set of prints that you can actually measure out. And after a few glimpses, you realize that they were at the time traveling at medium speed. So if we travel at fast speed for 1 hour, we'll be within 6 miles of them. Oh, looky here, prints that I can understand. And if we're within 6 miles of them, Varin can do primeval awareness and see if they have anything particularly dangerous in their crowd. Sound good? Alright, so we set out at a fast pace, now traveling 4 miles per hour. 15, 30, 45. Just as we're reaching the 45-minute mark, Varin is going to use primeval awareness. At first level. Away from keyboard. I remembered that one! Although it did take me a few seconds. Just saying. Okay. So let me check my notes. Oop. So Varin kind of closes his eyes as we're traveling, following the trail more by scent than by sight, across bare stone. Nothing. Hold on. No, I feel nothing. Which means that they're not within 6 miles of us, so they must have kept moving. And as Varin says this, we turn a corner around another... where's my notes? Oh, here it is. We turn the corner around a spire of stone, still following the trail, and Varin comes to a skidding halt at the edge of a pool of blood. There's no body around, and Varin looks up. A goblin is impaled, improbably, on the spire of stone, some 20 feet up. Deadpool.
Ouch.
Carved into the stone ground beside the spire are the words, "We granted him his lofty expectations," in Goblin.
Thea just looks up. I'm curious, but I don't really want to know.
From this point of view, we can see that the goblin was stripped of shield and weapons. The armor is clearly ruined, being impaled through by a big spire of stone. I'm guessing that these guys don't like goblins, says Adran. Varin is going to quickly check the trail. Survival. Oh my goodness. I get a 30. And that's not even the maximum I can roll. Good grief. Where is it? When we first found this trail, there were 12 small-sized creatures. Now there's 11. And still 8 medium-sized. And still 3 huge. They passed through this area about 2 3/4 hours ago. So they would have moved. Take one down, pass it around. Adran starts muttering off to the side. Apparently he's in a musical mood. Go ahead and take an inspiration point, Adran. They would have been through this area at about 7 a.m. and it's currently, you're welcome, 9:45 a.m. So we are definitely catching them up, as they were apparently still traveling at a medium speed. Having quickly glimpsed all this, Varin is going to set out once more. He is growing visibly tenser and more excited. Still setting a pace at fast. Hang on. Oh, sorry. You know what? I misread something earlier, so I'm going to DM mistake because I was looking at the wrong part of the page. Sorry. Earlier when I did my primeval awareness, I did actually detect one thing. Fiends. By the way, Adran, you still have that charm for one more day. Specifically for fighting fiends. Let me look at your character sheet. You have Charm of Devil Combat. Whenever you attack a fiend, you add your intelligence modifier to your attack roll. Yersh, says Adran. Alright, we still setting out at a fast speed. So it's 9:45 now. Around 10:30 in the morning, we come to a third site. It is a pit of boiling, stinking water, smelling like rotten eggs. It holds a boiled and bloated goblin corpse. By the rope about its ankles, it was apparently lowered in head first. A nearby leather scroll pinned down by rocks as though driven into the ground, rocks driven into the ground like spikes, reads in Goblin, "The water smells better than she did." Okay, 16. TMI. That's information I didn't need to know. Adran mutters. Varin looks about. He's still following the trail, but oh wait. Unless we're stopping here, I don't know why I rolled the survival check. Are we stopping here to examine the area or continuing on? Adran? Continue. Okay, so the survival check was not necessary. I jumped the gun. My bad. So, thanks to Natural Explorer, I don't need to roll a survival check to tell you, yeah, the crowd's down by one more small-sized creature. There's now 10 of them, and 8 medium-sized creatures, and 3 huge. They passed through this area 2.5 hours ago. They're marching. I don't see any armor. I mean, the goblin that was the goblin that was smashed, the goblin that was impaled, and the goblin that was drowned. They were still all wearing armor. And the crowd would have passed through the area at 8 a.m. Adran.
Hi.
Go ahead, Thea.
Oh, answering Agent's comment, I doubt they're prisoners, but I'd expect more along the lines of indentured allies or servants.
Possibly. Whoever would like to can give me a nature check. Expendable crewman.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Thank you, Thea. Thank you, Adran.
First
Go
one,
ahead.
Thea's first one was Thea. Thea's second one was Del.
That's what I was guessing.
Doesn't really know what he's doing.
Adran taps his chin a little bit as he examines this. I wonder if these goblins were executed as examples. Thea and Adran, you both...
Nuisances, entertainment, doesn't matter.
As you ask that question and you examine the weather, the wind has been slowing down a bit. It's been a very light wind, but it looks like it might be dying down within the hour. And we are heading southwest at this point following the trail. If the wind dies down within the hour, then that means our scent won't be carried ahead to whoever might be on alert.
You said if it dies down within an hour, it will not. So at the moment, it is being carried ahead of us.
Yeah, but the wind is dying gradually.
Right.
Best get moving.
How about slowly, so we don't catch them too soon?
Varin is actually going to agree with Thea on that one. Adran, I said Varin is going to agree with Thea.
Oh, no, yeah. Varin agreed, and then she kind of looks questioningly at Adran as to whether or not he agrees.
Varin is going to look at Adran. If we go slower, we can attempt to approach quietly. Maybe catch him off guard.
What time of day is it at this point?
It is currently 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Did you want us to move slowly now, or proceed at medium or fast? If we go, okay, slow it is. All right, so we're gonna switch to slow speed, which means it's 10:30 now. We travel for 1 mile, which takes us half an hour, and it is now 11 o'clock in the morning. Move over here. Hang on 1 second. And yes, the wind does die down. So there is no wind. And it's actually a little bit cooler. About 80 degrees now. Side note, we started traveling at 8. Crutches, light on the feet. We started traveling at 8. We've been switching up our travel speeds throughout the journey this morning. It is 11 a.m. So we have traveled now 3 hours total. So we have, for the rest of this day, as my brain tries to catch up, we have 5 hours of travel time remaining for this day. Alright, and I'm going to switch notes here. Go away, you. So we are coming close to noon. The sun is directly overhead, and there's no clouds. Tall stone spires of varying heights break lines of sight in this bowl of a canyon. In the west is a wide plain of dark, sizzling stones, the air above them shimmering violently with heated air. The canyon walls curve wide out to the east, leading to a neatly organized campsite in the south, though many of the smaller tents are haphazardly constructed at best, and several seem to be waiting for the next gentle breeze to embrace their inevitable collapse. Easily visible, thank you, through the spires of stone, is one of those heavily armored huge giants, standing some 15 feet tall, with a red gemstone glittering magically on his breastplate. He seems to be giving orders to a crowd of goblins, stomping about with ground-shaking impacts and gesticulating with wild gestures, clearly upset. The goblins are gathered about what seems to be a hole in the stony ground. The voice of another giant can be heard, huge and deep, intermingled with the sound of sizzling snarls and fangs ripping flesh. There is a narrowly visible opening in the southern wall of this bowl, indicating another way in or out of the canyon. And I'm going to have everyone, if you so wish, give me a stealth check. If you so wish.
Wait, hold
on. Thía, are you walking or are you in the cart?
Thea definitely be getting off the cart at this point, I think.
Okay.
But
for Del, give me an animal handling check instead of a stealth check.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if Del starts casting guidance, which is one person per round, basically, how many people do you think he could get to help with their stealth checks or not?
He's gonna be able to help one person.
Okay, well, I guess he's basically going to touch himself with that. He's going to help him. Yeah, that's not coming out right. But he's going to cast guidance on himself.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. TMI. Again. You know what? Go ahead and take an inspiration point for Del.
Not intentional.
Adran, you are riding on a giant spider. So instead of I was gonna say I'm gonna have you do the same thing for Adran. So was that 9 for Thía?
Yes. No. Sorry. The 9 and 4 are Del's grand total of 13 for his stealth check.
So you did not listen to me. I said for Del, give me an animal handling check, since you're riding in a cart.
That's Thía.
Okay. And the same for Adran, an animal handling check instead of a stealth check.
Oh.
And we are back after those technical issues. Alright, Del, please give me an animal handling check to see if you can keep the mules quiet.
And I'm going to cast guidance on myself again to add a D4. It's probably not going to matter.
Okay. Okay, so that's a 23. Very nice. And Thía, so I saw you roll twice for Thía. One roll was a 21, and then the second roll was a 25.
Thea never rolled a 21. Adran rolled a 21.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you mean now. Alright, and Thea rolled the 25, and that was a use of your reliable talent. Excuse me.
Yep.
Alright, thank you very much. Adrian, since you rolled a 25 stealth check, and there was confusion because I said for a stealth check, not animal handling, we'll go ahead and roll with that 25. So you, for quiet for you. Huh?
Did you say stealth or animal handling?
Okay. Adrian rolled a 21. I'm going to go ahead and have him keep that roll instead of having a roll an animal handling check. Dell gave me an animal handling check of 19 with guidance plus 4, that's 23. So yes, the mules are being quiet. Thea rolled a 25 thanks to reliable talent. There we go. Okay. Now we can finally have Varin roll his stealth check. And even as Varin is stepping forth into this bowl of a canyon, his body ripples and shifts, and he becomes his hybrid form. Mostly because I just want to do it. Okay, that's a 17. Alright, so the good news is, no one seems to have noticed us. So you should all, I'm going to choose my character and see how that works. Perfect. So I'm going to zoom out. Yes?
You mentioned there was a cave in the south. I can't tell if that's this point here.
Okay, that would be
this black hole over here.
Well, I did say that the goblins were gathered around a hole in the ground.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get some things figured out here on my end. Alright, Adrian. It seems that no one has noticed us. We can hear, we can see and hear one of the giants. We can hear another giant. We can also hear sizzling snarls and fangs ripping flesh. We can see a crowd of goblins. Travel check. Oops, I rolled too far. And I think I might have miscounted something, actually. You know, I think I did miscount something, but I'm not sure what.
Discounted something along the lines of an ability check, number of creatures.
Nope. Okay, I'm good. Never mind. So Varin picked up the tracks of 10 small-sized creatures. Yes? After the third dead goblin. Ahead of us, Varin can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8 goblins. Just from our current position. I don't know if anyone can see anything different.
I think I count 10. Well, I count 9 small creatures plus 1 red dot that seems to coincide with the small creatures.
So Dell can see 10. More like 9 and a bit.
Yeah. 9 and a bit. There you go.
9 and a bit. Which indicates, possibly another one. Just saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thea can see 8. And Adran, from your position, you're having a hard time seeing much of anything because of everyone else being in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you do see 10 goblins down there around the cave. See a lot of people not fighting, says Adran. Okay. Adrian, do I take that to mean that you want to fight these goblins and giants and whatever is sizzling and snarling? Eventually. Okay, I will say if you guys want to move, or sorry, let me ask you this, Adrian, if you wouldn't mind speaking it instead of typing it. How do you want to approach this situation? Varin will volunteer through snarling fangs. I can take the crowd of little ones.
I would very much like to try to sneak up as stealthily as possible, get into position the way we should possibly be, which is to surround them. Start by I wanted to say start by attacking from like long range if we could, but I am not sure if splitting up like that individually would be our best bet.
Thea's going to point out that I have a bead of force I could launch at them that should make a pretty good indicator of a first strike.
Your maximum range, if you use a sling with a bead of force, is 120 feet.
I think I could get that close.
They are so the huge giant down there is 230 feet away from us currently.
Should I aim for one of the large ones, or try to catch maybe 4 or 5 of the small ones all in a trap?
Why catch the small ones? I can kill them pretty quick.
So I'll take a big one.
And Varin is also, so there was a bit of an issue with technical problems. If I had not been dealing with that, Varin would have cast Longstrider on himself at first level? Or third level? Varin would cast at third level, so he and the mules all get a +10. Unless Thía wants to use her Ring of Spellstoring for it. I don't know what level of Longstrider you have in your ring. Blech, words.
I have a second level, which does...
So yeah, Varin will cast Longstrider at third level. Oops. So he has +10. And then both the mules have a +10 to their movement speed. Adran, how do you want us to approach? You've mentioned the idea of encircling them, or trying to.
Yes, I have mentioned about possibly circling them. Although I think Varin, simply because you're already wolfed out, you should definitely go for the little ones first, kind of making you the big target. Thía and I and Del should all stay back. Del mainly should be staying back just because he's should be the vulnerable one to basically be around just to heal us in any case of a scenario. Thía and Adran should probably stay a bit far back and use their archery or slings in fighting.
Okay.
Who do you want to make the first strike and let us all know we're ready to go?
I'm pretty sure Varin should take the first strike on that one. Whether you want to do like a volley attack and get like a whole big of them, or whole group of them at the first shot, or or you just jump right on in there. Well, whatever you want to do.
All right, Varin is going to split off towards the east. And it's going to go, let's see, hang on, to there? How far can it go? 90 feet. Okay, so basically what I'll have us do is 2 full movements of your speed, so like as though you were dashing. Does that make sense?
Movement. And then what?
And then Varin is going to go ahead and take the attack action, and we'll roll for initiative. Currently, we are hidden. All these creatures' awareness seems to be on something other than us.
Okay, might be worth it to make it 3 rounds, but either way. So do we just go ahead and start moving now then, or what?
Yeah, move yourself as though you moved 2 movements.
Okay.
And,
Do you want stealth checks?
No, we already
gave stealth checks.
We already did stealth checks. So, sorry, I'm apparently not speaking clearly. Move 2 full movements, and then we'll start our first round of combat. Adran, are you not able to control the spider token? Okay. Let me see if I can fix that for you. The spider has a movement speed of 30 feet. Oh, I see why. Okay, you should now be able to move the spider. Eventually. So, Thea, you can move yourself 35 and 35.
I was going to bonus action dash, so I should have 70 and 70.
That's not what I said.
You said 2 full movements, right?
Okay. Your speed is currently 35. You can move yourself 70 feet. Ouch. And then...
okay.
Hold on, let me finish, okay? Adran, since you're mounted on the spider, it can move a total of 60 feet unless you want to cast Longstrider on it. Okay, while you're thinking about that, the mules currently have a movement speed of 40 feet, so they can move a total of 80 feet. So Del can move the cart and the mules 80 feet to wherever he wants to be. Does that make sense there, Del?
Yeah.
Okay. Adran, you're casting Longstrider on your mount, Crutches. And Thea has moved 70 feet. Is that right there, Thea?
70. Although I was going to try and ask and clarify, because I presume we had basically 2 rounds, right?
This is just for initial positioning, so I can see where everyone wants to be.
So we're just going off of a flat distance. We're not counting things like actions or bonus actions?
Correct. Thank you for saying it that way. From your current position, Thea, you're currently between a double-headed spire that reaches a maximum height of 60 feet, and then this one, longer one here that's 50 feet tall. And ahead of you are a few petrified trees, which I tried using a different color on to see if it works better, and making them larger.
Josh, I kind of like the green better.
Oh, thank you. From your current position, you can actually see canine forms if canines were made of magma and fire. You should be able to see that right about there. Do you see that?
Kind of. I don't really understand how she can see them through the rocks, but yeah.
Line of sight.
Real quick, if I may, I was going to have Del cast Bless on everyone as we split up.
Okay. Expend the spell slot.
Nope.
Huh? Okay. Yep, there it is. And
so
mark him...
For 1 minute, everyone gets a D4 added to their...
As long as he maintains concentration, yes?
Yes, it is concentration, but their attack rolls and their saving throws, they get to add a D4.
Excellent. Oops. Alright. And then, Adran, as you've already used an action to cast Longstrider on your spider. Del, please mark yourself as concentrating, the little stopwatch token.
I will do that, thank you.
Indeed. Because that's for Bless. Adran, did you also want to do an Arcana check and see if you can detect any areas of no magic? That might be relevant. I mean, it doesn't feel like there's any absence of magic here. Alright, so Thea, you've moved your 70. Dell's moved his 80.
I don't think he's going to be moving that far, but yeah, basically.
Okay. And Adran on crutches has moved 60, yes? Okay. Per Adran's instructions, Varin is going to move up one final movement to be able to take his action. Oops. One final, not there we go. There we go. Okay. Thea, you get one more movement of 35 feet. Dell, do you want to move the mules from where you are or stay where you are?
He's basically just going to try and hide behind the rock.
Okay. Is he going to equip a shield? He does have a shield.
Don't know that. Yes?
Okay. Checking something real quick.
I don't know how to tell if that's currently calculated in his armor class or not.
Did you click on the let me check.
Oh, okay, I see. It does it.
Okay, perfect.
So he'll probably have his staff of paralysis and his shield up.
Excellent. And concentrating on bless. Adran, did you want to move from where you are? Your spider does have a climbing speed currently of 40 feet thanks to Longstrider. So, well, it's a spider. It can walk like a Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was almost thinking maybe I should have him climb up one of these rock towers or something, or...
Okay. You would probably want to spend your action to tie yourself to the saddle then.
Alright.
Thea, you've moved your 30... Thea, have you moved your final 35?
I think so. I was going to ask, if she hides behind a tree, does that count as light obscurement? I don't know.
It would be for the size of the tree. If you move yourself behind the trunk of the tree, I would consider that as. Excuse
sorry.
you. You're fine. I would count that as total cover, which is also, well, you're completely blocked from line of sight.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Adran, you have moved and had Clutch's climb.
Yes, you said he's given a 40-foot climbing speed.
Yes, so you move. So let's see. How far did you move to get to the base?
I
of the
moved
spire?
about 35 feet from where I was last positioned.
Okay, so crutches can climb 5 feet up.
Okay.
Okay. All right. In that case, Varin is going to take the first action, and yes, in case anyone was unsure, volley is up. From Varin's point of view, the goblins are all gathered around the mouth of the cave. They are armored. They have weapons. They're yelling down into the cave, into the hole. Jeers and jibes, insults, imprecations of all kinds, very foul. And they have shields, but not currently equipped. So let's see. Oh, and also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 of these goblins down there. Not 10. But unfortunately, Varin's not able to tell the rest of you that. So, first shot. Thank you, Del, for bless. First shot's at advantages as Varin comes out of hiding. And Varin is going to volley using sling. First shot. Well, that's a 32 to hit. And actually, I should probably make sure everyone is within my range. Just a thought.
Looks like they all are. I assume the partial still counts as acceptable.
Yes, they are all within 120 feet, if only just. Okay, so that first one, let's see, 32 to hit, takes 9 damage. There's an audible clack as the stone rips through the back of the goblin's skin, into the skull, into the brain, and the goblin drops. So that's one goblin down. Next, it's neighbor. Make sure not advantage. Sling. Okay, that's 24 to hit for another 9 damage. And Adran from his sideways perch on crutches just kind of quietly mutters, and one down. And now another one drops. And there we go. Next door neighbor. Oh my goodness. 29 to hit. I'll let you guess what the results of that one is. Another 9 damage. Ooh, thirsty, excuse me. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep on marching and target that guy next. Sling. Uh, 27 to hit for 8 damage. Is going to hit. And so, anyone surprised? I should probably
It's kind of picture a hail of storms just kind of raining down on the general group.
Yeah. It basically just looks like a cloud of little stones going. Next one, that one that was in the middle. That's a 19 to hit. What's going on here? Why can't I grab it? Okay, that's weird. Give me 1 second. Seems to be a problem with this. Oh, that's why. I was grabbing the token for volley. Now I can see armor class and hit points. Yay! 19 to hit, 8 points of damage. The goblin is still standing. Varin blinks with surprise, but keeps on with the hail of stones. Uh, 24 to hit, and that's 6 damage. And that goblin gets a Constitution saving throw to see if he survives or takes massive damage. That goblin survives. Blast! 1 little, 2 little, 3 little monsters, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little monsters. Adran just starts chanting in his head. Alright, so the next goblin target, right there. Sling away, my sling. Oop, as it bumped my microphone. That's 23 to hit for another 6 damage. Thía, please roll me a d20. Let's see if he survives. Oh, what do you know? He survives. Alright, going on a diagonal. For that fellow right there. That's a nat 1. The stone pings off the canyon wall in a small cloud of dust. So that one also survives. And his next door neighbor, let's see how he does. Roll. There we go. That is 17 to hit. And make sure that actually does hit. That does hit for 9 damage, and that goblin dies. Two more targets. And another one bites the dust. 24 to hit is a solid hit and a solid death. And 18 to hit is a solid hit and a solid death. All right. So that was the opening of the round. Thea, Adran, Del, roll initiative. And don't forget to click on your token for Del.
Trying to.
Thank you. For the moment, we're not going to roll initiative for the mules or for crutches, since they are effectively controlled mounts. And as Varin finally finishes his last shot, he's going to raise his voice and yell, "There were more than 10!" in Elvish. Alright, so let's get our tracker up. So 4 out of 11 survived. Alright. So that was going to be Varin's turn. Varin's opening action. So Varin is going to move to the base of this column here. Let's see, can anyone see him from his current position? I'm gonna say no. And he's gonna use his bonus action to hide. Now, bear in mind, Varin is using total obscurement to hide. Oh, with a nat 1, that's not very well hidden. Thea, for you, you need to break complete line of sight currently in order to hide. Does that make sense?
I don't know if the tree counts for breaking line of sight or not.
Well, I told you if you're hiding behind the trunk of the tree, that's giving you total cover, which is effectively a broken line of sight.
Okay.
But if if you're hiding behind it and someone steps around the tree, you're in full view.
Right.
Away from keyboard. Unfortunately, that means it's your turn, sir. Because this person is surprised.
That is unfortunate timing.
Quite unfortunate. Technically, I think I was supposed to have us all roll initiative first. I wasn't entirely sure. That's why I basically, once I was done with the volley action, and it went to my turn in the initiative order, I just said, my action was already used.
I was trying to figure that out. So we do still all get around a surprise then, right? Or
Yes, this is the round where our enemies are all surprised.
Okay. I was trying to figure that out.
No worries.
Ooh.
That sounded excited, Thea.
Thank you for the note describing height on trees. That helps.
Yes, I remembered what you said about how helpful you found it to have notes on the map, so I tried to provide them. Hopefully it did not go overboard.
Yes and no. it ends up being a bit overboard on the various notes, but at the same time it kind of seems cool and realistic that not all the pillars are one of two options of height, you know?
Right? And I'm currently looking through Adran's viewpoint. Ah, he is back. It is your turn, sir. So from your current view, you can actually see 4 hellhounds. You can technically see this one here, but it's I would say it's got probably 3/4 cover, honestly. So what would Adran like to do? And you are still sideways. I'm sorry?
Is that making noise?
Yes.
Stop it.
Thank you. Adran is apparently thinking.
Well, I think I might just pull out one of my lightning arrows
Alrighty.
and shoot at the Hellhound.
Alright, don't forget to mark your your fiend targeting bonus and your bless effect. You have bless cast on you, sir.
How do I do that with the bless? It's 1d4 added.
Yeah, if you look at your global attack modifier, it's underneath all your attack.
Global attack. Global attack modifier. My fiend attack is 1.
It's 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just meant I clicked it.
And also the D4 for bless.
Blessed. Also got that one clicked as well.
Perfect. And now you can let fly with your arrows. Side note, for Dell, bless, unless you lose concentration, bless will end round 9. Not round 10, because you cast it right before combat started.
Oh, okay.
Just to make sure that's clear. Adran, you said you're using your longbow, yes? And lightning arrows? Yes, okay. And your shield is unequipped. Well done, sir. I mean, that only leaves you with a walking armor class of 21. I'm sure that feels naked to you. Alright, which one are you attacking first, sir? Excellent. Alright, give me the attack roll. You were hidden, so give me the attack roll at advantage. This is going to be unfortunate for this fellow.
Don't.
He does have bless marked on his character sheet.
Okay.
So that's 32 to hit for 11 damage of lightning. Zap. Same target, or are you switching targets?
Sorry, I should really be unmiked for this one since I'm having to push too many buttons. Yeah, I still remain same target.
Okay.
On my next 2 shots.
Excellent. And go ahead and mark yourself shooting at normal. Since your position is now revealed. So that's 26 to hit for another 11. Zap. $28 to hit for 7. Yeah, that Hellhound is really feeling it. And then you have 40 feet of movement on your spider mount. Plus your bonus action if you've got anything for that. The spire you are currently on is 60 feet tall. So you can actually have your mount dash, which gives it a total movement speed of 80 feet. Alright, you move 80 feet upwards. Excellent shots, sir. So Adran's turn. This person is surprised. Thía, we move to you. You are currently behind a tree trunk. You have no line of sight on your targets. So you'll have to move before you shoot.
Check this. Yeah, that should be pretty here. I'm gonna load up my sling. I'll try to read this while you're doing that.
You have advantage on the shot. And therefore sneak attack if you hit, and also bless. Which one are you targeting? Are you targeting one of these hellhounds?
Second.
Very well.
There you go. That's the beat of force effect.
Ah, okay. Alrighty, so you're going to throw it out using your sling. Explodes on impact and is destroyed within 10-foot radius of the bead. Succeed on DC 15 saving throw. Okie dokie day. Let me check something.
So I think I'm gonna aim basically. Oop, that's not right. Cool. Right there at the corner hellhound. I was
Alright.
originally planning to aim for the big guy, but a very large number of, well, not very large, but a fairly large number of small creatures sounds quite dangerous.
Alrighty.
So,
And let me find my mouse. There it is. So that creature right there. Let's put an aura on him. 10-foot radius.
yes.
Oh, right. Should probably make that visible to everyone. There we go. So everything within that black circle, that semi-black circle. I'm going to say that does not include the giant.
Well, as Seal says, as I read it, I believe they all have to make a dexterity saving throw or take damage. However, the giant being only partially included doesn't have to worry about being trapped. But I believe he still has to make a saving throw to not take damage, right?
Each
Is that
creature
read
within
it?
a 10-foot radius. Yeah, I'll accept that. Because you're affecting 5, 10, 15 feet of his area. So yeah, I'll accept that. He'll probably have advantage on his saving throw, given that it's basically just hitting his hands and feet, if you can grasp that image. Alright, so let's get him out of the way first. Oh, wrong button. Ignore the first roll. Whenever it comes up. Okay, yeah, so ignore the first roll because that was a dexterity check. And I meant to do dexterity save, which is the second roll, and he gets a 21. So, did he take half? Succeed. Okay, so he does not take any damage from it, but he is going to be pushed back from the expanding sphere. There. Alright. Now let's deal with the targeted hound. DC is 15?
Yes.
Alright, at normal. Okay, well he's going to take the damage and get trapped. I'm going to say that this fellow has 3/4, and this fellow has half cover because of the bodies in front of them.
What? They're all within the area. Don't they all just take damage? Or it doesn't say anything about cover.
That's a
It's area of
good
effect.
point. Let me check rules for cover when I find it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. A target with half cover has a +2 bonus to AC and dexterity saving throws. And a target with 3/4 cover has +5 bonus to AC and dexterity saving throws. And dexterity saving throws are usually regarding, for areas of effect. Excuse me. Alright, so let's go ahead and take care of the one that has 3/4 and the one that has half cover. Dexterity saving throw, so this is +5. Which doesn't know... Actually, that does do him good. Okay. I gotta actually do the math. And then next one gets +2 for half cover. It does him no good. Alright, so this one Hellhound is pushed outside the circle. This one's trapped. And this one's trapped. Eventually. There it goes. The next 3 have no... Yeah, they have no cover. I want to check those by like 3 bodies. Yeah, I think that's going to have 3 covers. So let's take care of the one with 3 covers. Open the correct character sheet. So this is +5. Watch as he rolls in that 1. Or a 7 and fails. Oh, sorry, 8. Not 7. Okay. Yeah, he fails. Alright, now the final 3. Who don't get any benefits. Wait, 3? Final 2. Excuse me. So you trap... yeah, I do math! That goes right up there with... Words are hard. Okay, so... Out of the 7 creatures targeted, 2 escape. So, Thía, please roll me... where's the damage? 5d4. I grammar nothing. What was it? Force? 5d4 force. Yeah, excellent. So they each take 14. Ow! Nice shot. And I assume you're going to move back behind the tree and take a bonus action to hide?
I was actually planning to move a little bit more this way. I should have her hidden. I'll move 5 more feet, so I moved 30 feet to hide behind the rock.
Excellent.
Tower thing.
Spire. Yeah. And yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Okay. Nice shot.
Is there...
Now, I'm gonna try and make a circle again.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see if I can. It wasn't working for me the last time I tried this. Let me see if this will work. There it goes. So circle, 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 circle. Circle, not square. Huh? Yeah. Well, you know, it worked this time. Perfect. So that green circle indicates the trapped ones. Makes sense? Mm-hmm. Excellent. Alright, and you're moving back behind cover. Would you like to give me a stealth check with your bonus action?
Yes, please.
Excellent. So you just took 5 creatures out of the fight for how long? 1 minute?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're in round 1 plus 10. So please remember, round 11, that bubble disappears. And then, yes, and then Wow, 33. Okay, yes. You are, for the moment, unseen and unheard. Is there anything else you want to do? How many feet have you moved in total?
She's moved like 30 feet, so...
So you could start climbing 5 feet if you wanted to. It's up to you.
Sure.
Alright, so you're now 5 feet up. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Come on, work for me. Dell. What would Dell like to do?
He's just gonna hide and try to keep the animals safe and quiet.
Alright. So please, for me, have Dell give me an animal handling check. Yeah, the mules are starting to bray as they hear the roaring and snarling, and yeah, that's not a very good success.
Oh, hold on. Actually, I believe... Nope, never mind. That does not work.
Checking to see if Bless applied.
Well, I was going to check to see if guidance applied, but that would interrupt the concentration of Bless.
Indeed it would have. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Alright, so that was round 1. Surprise is over. We move now to Varin, who rolled a nat 1 on his stealth check. So he knows he's not very well hidden. He also knows that there are several goblins who are still alive, and that doesn't sound desirable. Let's see. Let's go 15 feet, and yep, back in view. And volley, positioned so, will catch all the remaining goblins and the big guy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use my advantage to take a shot at the currently unwounded giant fellow. That seems like a good idea, because they seem to be pretty hard to hit. Let me just make sure his health bar is actually visible. Ah, it is not. Bad DM. Alright, so first shot at advantage, targeting the big fellow. Still going with slings, because that's what I have the most ammunition for right now. Sling away. A 26 to hit is gonna hit for 9 damage. Swack! Alright, that's his first wound, and now I'm going to target that goblin that was in the middle of all the others, the one that survived, the one that was the first to survive, at normal, and Colossus Slayer if I hit. They seem to be pretty easy to hit overall, so I'm going to go ahead and use Sharpshooter. And sling away. So that's 26 to hit. Yeah, that's gonna hit. 7 for Colossus Slayer, 10 for Sharpshooter. That is 24 to hit. Or sorry, to damage. Excuse me. However, that creature who is now no longer surprised is going to use his reaction to switch places with his companion, who now takes 26 to hit and 24 damage. Unfortunately, that's not going to hit anyone else. That goblin takes a stone through his ear, and it comes out the other ear. Another swapper indeed, sir. So that goblin's dead. So I can't target him with volley because he's dead, and I can't target that guy with volley because I already targeted him. How rude. So I'll target that guy instead. No Colossus Slayer because I used it already. Sling. Uh, 17 minus 3 is 14. That actually misses. Does it hit anyone else? No. Baron kind of harder to hit than I thought. So I won't use sharpshooter on this next shot. Final shot, that last goblin down there. Yeah, strike one. Sling. And my first sling pouch is almost completely out of stones. So that is 30 to hit for 9 damage. So the one that survived because of the nat 1 earlier dies before he ever moves or breathes. Well, I guess he breathes a few times. Oops, this way. Varin's gonna, let's see, how far has Varin moved? 15 feet. Varin's gonna move back to his original position and bonus action hide. Still, there you are. Okay, 22. Unfortunately, if anyone steps around the corner and just looks at me, that 22 is not going to do me any good. So, one of those goblins that I just pelted, or rather survived being pelted a second time, is going to do just that, because he's hurt and a little annoyed. Let's see, he's going to... hang on. Feet. And is going to use his action to equip a shield. Okay, so he's out of Varin's line of sight. So he's going to go ahead and use his bonus action to try and hide from Adran. Or sorry, Adran. Varin. He's going to try and hide from Varin. I caught it before you did, sir. Getting a 16. He's not very quiet. Right. Adran, you're up, sir. All of a sudden, some of those hellhounds are now encapsulated in a bubble of force, leaving only one to your eagle eye. Hello there. What can be done about that one fellow? You are not hidden, so you don't get advantage. But you do still have Bless, and it's still a fiend you're targeting. Ready, aim, and duck. Oh wait, no, fire. Uh, 25 becomes 32 and 7 damage. Yeah, that's going to. Are you using? So you're using your regular arrows now, or lightning arrows? Regular. Okay. 7 piercing damage slams into this creature. Ouch! It is very badly hurt. Same target, sir. Again, excuse me. Let's see if he survives this. That is 34 to hit. And 7 damage. What do you know? He survives. If only just. You have one final attack, sir. Well, 38 should be enough, and that 12 is... Yeah, I think that's more than 2 hit points. The Hellhound explodes in a gout of fire and brimstone, and a nasty, stinking cloud of soot. Kaboom indeed. Alright, so you are currently, what, 60 feet up in the air on the stone spire? Alright. Did you want crutches to move anywhere? Alright. Then I believe this ends your turn, yes? Or did you want to use action surge? And alright, Thea, we move now to you. From your current position, Thea, you actually can hear voices echoing out of that southern canyon. You don't see anything yet.
Can you just give me a waypoint as to kind of what point you're referencing?
I can indeed. I mean, south.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay. I thought you were talking about this one over here, so I wasn't sure.
It's a rhythmic chanting sound.
That's not good. Right. Anything else? Or
Nope, you don't see anything. You just hear kind of a sound.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me.
Alright, so Thea's gonna move 10 feet. She is hidden. Or at least she was.
She was hidden.
And take a shot with sharpshooter and sneak attack and I believe advantage.
At what target?
The big bad dangerous thing.
The one that's nearest to you or furthest from you?
The nearest one.
Excellent. Alright, take the shot. Advantage, sneak attack. Oh, that hurts. Are you using sling? Because you had your sling in hand earlier.
You know what? I didn't think about it, but maybe you could have stored a sling on her after her last usage because she wasn't planning to use it, and then used her interaction to draw out her bow.
Yes, I will allow that. So you're using your longbow.
Yeah. There it is. There's the bless. Turn that on. Attack sharpshooter.
And that fellow has no cover that's going to affect you.
Doesn't matter what sharpshooter. But
Yeah. That's what I think I was trying to say.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. Okay, 25 minus 3 is 22. That is going to hit with acid sizzling in. Give me damage.
So 47.
Yes, 47 damage. Watch that health bar. Anything else from Thea?
As she's revealed, losing the shot, she yells, "Take that!" Before stepping back behind the rock, using her bonus action to hide. Gotta turn the advantage back off.
.32 stealth check. Nice.
So 10, 15, 20. I can't tell. Let's see. Yeah, so she should still be behind cover, obscured over there, I believe.
From the one you shot at, yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. I think that's line of sight. So yes, she's not going that far.
Okay. Probably a good idea. Okay, so you are within line of sight of the one further south, east of you. Okay? He's currently not looking in your direction, but if he turns, well, he might see you.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, that'd be like half. That'd still be light obscurement, right? Because it's just kind of like partial.
That's more cover
Partials?
than it. That's more cover than obscurement.
Okay.
I need to check something.
I wasn't sure if something like half cover counted as light obscurement or not. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries. The hellhounds contained in the bubble start yapping and barking at the sides. They're scrabbling and scratching. They are not trying to move the sphere because, well, frankly, they aren't that smart.
I'd love to see them go in like 3 different directions and see which group wins.
Yeah, they're kind of all just like snapping and barking at the sides of the sphere, and they're just like completely trapped inside. All right. Oops, I missed something. Where is it? Oops, not that button.